Alright there chaps, now how about some sort of antidote to all the horrific shred I've been doing? Let's do some jazz, in fact some jazz blues. This is a lesson I like to call Blues Evolution, and it takes us from a very basic 12 bar structure through to something very sophisticated and very jazzy. This is going to take several parts. So the first part I like to call Blues Blues, which is really just sort of 4 variations of a standard 12 bar blues, which if you have played any blues you'll have definitely heard. Alright, so this first part isn't going to be too mega, it's not going to be too impossible, should be quite easy to follow. So let's discuss version number 1. Version number 1, 12 bar blues in G. We've got chords of G7, C7 and D7, and it's 4 bars of G7, 2 bars of C7, 2 bars of G7, 2 bars of D7 and 2 bars of G7, and it's the simplest blues known to man. Alright, it's super simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to comp with the basic chords first time, then do a little bit more extended, jazzier comping, and then I might play a little bit of top line. Okay, so let's see what happens. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, let's comp a wee bit. Now let's do some 2-note comping, Danny Gant style. These are just the thirds and the sevenths. To the F and B. And this will be E and B flat. Then F sharp and C. And back to F and B. And let's solo a little bit just using G minor pentatonic. Alrighty, so there we go, nice. That's version number 1, simple as simple can be. Let's look at version number 2. What are we going to do in version number 2? Well, in version number 2, we're going to introduce the C7 chord on bar 10. So in that case, we'll have 4 bars of G7, 2 bars of C7, 2 bars of G7, then 1 bar of D7, 1 bar of C7, and 2 bars of G7. Alright, so we're beginning to have a sort of turnaround. It's a 5-4-1 turnaround now. So once again, let's comp a wee bit. Basic comp, extended comp, and then this time I'll solo with G major pentatonic. Why not? Here we go, basic comp. Do one more chorus. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to put a D7 on bar 12. So we're going to have a properly sort of cadential turnaround at the end, a 5-1 turnaround. So now we've got 4 bars of G7, 2 bars of C7, 2 bars of G7, 1 bar of D7, 1 bar of C7, 1 bar of G7, and 1 bar of D7. Yeah, and that gives us, well, a very kind of common, you'll have heard this blues, I've played this blues plenty of times, I think. Right, off we go then. Let's comp once again. We might do a bit of top line, might follow the changes a bit this time. G7. Like that. No solo that time. Damn it. Alright, cool. Very nice, very nice. Now, let's do one final version where we go to C7 in bar 2. So this is what I would call blues with a quick change. Sometimes called Chicago style blues. So although we're playing these with a swing and it sounds quite jazzy, these first 4 forms you hear all the time in proper straight ahead blues and in rock and roll. For instance, version 1 is like the changes, original changes for Johnny Be Good. Everyone plays that song wrong. They play the wrong set of changes and they'll play the wrong key as well. Original key for Johnny Be Good's in B. Who plays in B? Nobody. Everyone plays it in A, but it's not right. They don't play the form right either, so and then otherwise you'll have heard these forms all over the place. Anyway, so let's listen to now our quick change blues, Chicago style blues. So, G7, C7 at bar 2, C7 again, Alrighty, so there we go. A brief lesson on 4 variations of a 12-bar blues. They're not that hard to play, but they're great for expanding just your musical knowledge of different forms. And as you'll see in the second episode, we're going to get into some properly expanded thing, and it's going to stop sounding like blues and start sounding more like jazz. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in the next lesson. Farewell.